Yo, what's going on, guys? And we just went live. It was a minute late. I actually had to drop a deuce. Like, I honestly contemplated about stomaching it, and then I realized that wasn't going to happen. Okay, it was either going to be needed to be pinched out real quick before the show, or it was just going to be having to be taken care of during the show. So I decided bite the bullet and do it before the show. So we're a minute late, but you know me trying to be punctuality. That's my quota as a journalist. But here we're waiting for Jackson. I just sent him the link. And man, oh man, we got some news for you today. We got a couple topics to talk about. I like starting off the shows. We'll be talking about the New York Knicks. Not really about the trade with Donovan Mitchell. As we know, it's probably going to be a package of Obi Toppin, Evan Fournier, and I believe Quentin Grimes, and then like 5 to 6 picks. But what we're going to talk about is some guys on the team. Then we'll also be talking Sacramento Kings, how they're better than expected. Then we'll also talk about Paolo Banchero versus Jabari Smith and Luka Doncic versus Nikola Jokic. And finally, who's going to be traded first? Jakob Poeltl or Miles Turner? And let's get right into it. So Jackson's here. So I was giving the rundown of the show. I've done that for like the last week, and I kind of like starting the first minute of the show, letting everyone know what we're doing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
Jalen and Jacoby do the same thing.
Who's that?
Jalen Rose and something Jacoby. I was just watching it.
Oh, I've never watched it before.
It's not great.
Is it not? Is
I
it
was just
ESPN?
Yeah, it's ESPN. I was just trying to get myself amped for this because I hate this fucking time. I hate it. I like the idea of it so good. I don't know. I think it's a me issue.
Oh no, I hate this time. It's in the middle.
I'm so tired,
dude. I fell asleep watching TV, waiting for this, and don't get me wrong. Like, I wouldn't be opposed as like once we have like a consistent following to switch back to like the morning, because like I love the day going.
That's probably what we'll do when you're done with school or something, is my guess.
Yeah, because
you got work. Maybe.
No,
we'll see what happens.
I'll have my work schedule's going to be weird because I'll either be the morning shift or I'll be the evening shift. You know, you have to think about it because I'm new, so I'll either be going in at like 3, 4 in the morning and working till noon. You know. Yeah. Or I'll be going in at like 10 p.m. and working till 4 a.m.
That'll be an interesting time.
You get what I'm saying? Because you have to think about the broadcasts.
Yeah, they're not gonna get you in at prime time right away.
Yeah. The prime time's the evening. That's like 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Money time.
Yeah,
money moves.
Whoa. Maybe in 15 years, I'll get 10, 15 years. That's when that's if you're in that time, you're making 6 figures. You know.
Damn.
Like at least $250 a year.
What's up, Thomas? Whoa, dude! I have the same drink, and it's funny because I saw you drinking that flavor like since we've been doing this pod, and I've never seen it. And when we were driving to the Outer Banks, I saw it. I tried. I'm like, whoa, whoa! Like that tastes way too good. I'm like checking this. 41 carbs, 38 sugars, shit, but it's good. It's a good flavor.
Yes, dude. I'm so surprised. So you literally tried this because you see me drink this flavor of Red Bull.
Yeah, and they call it like the summer edition or something, or the yellow edition. I'm like, ooh, what is this? I didn't know they have all these different flavors.
Best Red Bull flavor. Like no cap.
It's the 41 carbs.
I thought they all had the carbs.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan of it.
But these are, I thought, just run.
Do no carb energy drinks exist? I gotta look into Celsius.
Probably. Dude, Celsius, I think, went bankrupt. All right. First off, before we start the Knicks talk, Lakers are interested in Cam Reddish.
There you go. Oh, cool. Is that breaking? That's cool.
Would you go
anywhere?
Would you go for Cam Reddish?
Oh, yeah.
Mark Berman of the New York Post reports that the Lakers have interest in our man.
Just give him a second-round pick in 2028 and get it done.
I mean, that would be funny. 1 second. Let's pull this up. All right. Booyah. Well, it seems like if a Jazz or Knicks trade does happen, it's going to be involving the Lakers as the third team for a salary dump of players.
Oh, now we're talking.
So, but hey, before we start the show off and actually get into the Knicks talk,
sponsor.
I just think, look, Cam Reddish, he doesn't move the needle. I'm not saying if you get Cam Reddish, oh my God. Dude, he's like, if he was even on this team, he's not starting. I'm not starting Cam Reddish on this current Lakers roster. I don't know if he's better.
So we'll start Stanley Johnson. We'll start Wenyen Gabriel.
Shut the fuck up. No,
we'll start it at Cam Reddish. All right. Anti-Duke propaganda. I see. I
don't know, man. Fuck you. Go suck a dick.
Get Cam Reddish.
He doesn't play defense.
Fuck you. You don't play defense. He plays plenty defense.
Sure. 114 defensive rating for his career.
What, the 3 games he's played? He's
played...
been on a sorry defensive team. Sorry, Aaron, if you watch this. Or any Atlanta fan. Your defense has sucked, and it's been shit for several years. And
he was on the Knicks. He was worse defensively.
He didn't play for the Knicks.
Because he sucked at defense.
No, he
Todd Thibodeau doesn't play guys who don't play defense.
For him.
Huh?
He's got a personal vendetta. He's out to get him.
Well,
granted, Cam Reddish didn't play great in New York, so he didn't do him any favors. But
well, this brings us into our New York. This brings us into our New York Knicks talk, okay? And also, my dog made it onto the composite. We like fraternity composite. We're putting her under security. You know, like how like at fraternity houses they have those pictures of all the fraternity members.
I do.
And
one time, sorry, this is a quick side note. One time I did acid at U of I, and we went to their frat house, and it was in the summer. There was nobody there, and I looked at all those pictures, and oh fuck me, they're all looking at me. All the eyes are moving.
Oh! I didn't even.
So I know very much what you're talking about. That good for her.
Yeah, well, we're not putting her under house mascot. We're gonna put her at security.
Nice.
Yeah, I should have worn a Michael Vick jersey.
Whoa, dude, Michael Vick's, man, he can play.
Could play. He's retired.
I bet he still can play a little bit.
I bet he could still play.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull a picture of Quentin Grimes and RJ Barrett, and it's just not like. So I guess no one's taking that picture. There's no picture of RJ Barrett and Quentin Grimes together.
Every photographer's like, "Oh, we gotta go. Oh, Quentin, get up!" No.
Yeah, literally.
We'll save the storage.
That's what it is. It's all just. I found a Getty's image, and we're just gonna say fuck it with the. Should I just leave it with the Getty's in the middle of it? Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll shoot him a quick email.
This is the only one. This is the only Quentin Grimes and RJ Barrett picture I could find on the internet.
They want Reddish, they want Grimes, they want RJ, they want Obi. And
well, this is not even what I'm talking about. So with the trade kicker, if they trade RJ Barrett, which was the package that it was built around, they would be sending over $46 million instead of $30 million. Pre-contract, it would have been a package of, I believe, RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, and Obi Toppin would have been enough. But now it would have to be an offer of Evan Fournier, Obi Toppin, and Quentin Grimes to keep it at 30. But if they do a deal of RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, and Obi Toppin, that would be $46 million. So they would have to send Donovan Mitchell plus like Bojan Bogdanovic or Jordan Clarkson and Rudy Gay.
Do they have to give that to New York, or can they give that to like a Lake Show or a third team?
Any deal, including RJ Barrett, his contract is now worth, I believe. Let me actually.
It's 120 for 4.
Let me pull this up.
Can they trade? Can they use as salary filler or matchers? Can they send like Bogdanovic to LA, or does that not work?
That's what's going to happen. Is like I said, they're going to use LA as the salary dump for contract.
that extension really complicated this whole matter here for both teams. I still, I like RJ. I think Jalen Rose was just talking about this. I really like what he's like he's so young and this dude lives
Can you see this?
Empire State. Yeah. But he's like never in the news for like negative. Like he's never out partying, smoking, boozing. Like he's just always like to himself. You don't know too much about his like personal life. I like that.
All right. So can you read this? So with the new, this is from Bobby Marks. So with the new contract, this is basically example A. The original deal of RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, and Quentin Grimes would have been 31.2 for Donovan Mitchell. That works out, okay? Includes trade kicker. But now with RJ Barrett's contract, the average of the extension plus current contract brings up RJ Barrett's trade kicker, like trade value now from 10.9 million to 26.2. So a deal that would have been for RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, and Quentin Grimes, now instead of being 31.2 million, it's 46.5, meaning that if the Utah Jazz wanted to do this trade, if we kept the trade the same, the Utah Jazz would have to include, if we're looking at salaries, so they have to bring it up. Just Donovan Mitchell makes 30.9. So right now they're down $15.6 million. So they could include Malik Beasley, and that's basically fits nicely. Or they could go, hey, we'll send you Jordan Clarkson and Rudy Gay. You guys add in maybe like, Obi Toppin in this deal. We'll do Barrett, Fournier, Grimes, Obi Toppin for Jordan Clarkson, Rudy Gay, and Donovan Mitchell.
So you can't sub out Fournier for Obi Toppin and make the money work? Because isn't that
yes, you could
interested in Obi?
I mean, hypothetically, yes, you could. You could do that, but you would assume that at this point, I guess yes, you could. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could take out Barrett and put in, because if you put in
for Fournier,
you take out Fournier and you put in Obi Toppin, that'll bring you to what? Toppin's only making 5.3, so 13 million. So you really would all they would have to, you would only be $2 million over. So what you would have to do is add someone like, I don't know if Stanley Johnson can be traded so quickly, but maybe like Jared Butler, or I don't think they want to trade Balmaro. Maybe, yeah, like they would be just $2 million over. So maybe you have to do like a Miles McBride or somebody.
Yeah, I'm just, because from Utah's perspective, I'm not interested in Fournier. He doesn't do anything for me. I don't even need to trade Donovan Mitchell quite yet. You do need Mitchell to buy in at least for a little bit. Like, who's their center right now? They need to go out and get a center if they're keeping Mitchell. But from the Knicks standpoint, I almost don't want them to do this. I'd rather have them, like, I'd rather get Fournier off my contract next season. I'd like to get rid of Randall, Fournier. And I like, there's just next year in free agency is just so big. I don't know if Donovan Mitchell is worth, or it's not that he's not worth it, but I just don't know if this is something they desperately need to do. Like, I want to see them go out and get like a Christian Wood or a Jeremy Grant to pair up with Mitchell Robb. But I guess at that point you kind of need RJ to really take that next step. But the thing with RJ is he's gotten better every single year. So,
well, RJ, so part of the reason is like there's RJ Barrett can still be traded to Utah, and this isn't even what we were mainly going to talk about. But the thing is that RJ Barrett, the thing is Utah didn't want to be the ones to pay for RJ Barrett. So if they traded for RJ Barrett, they're cool trading for him now that he has a contract, because they can argue, hey, we weren't the ones who gave him the contract. Because the problem with RJ Barrett is he's a good player. But the problem is he's not a top of the line player. So RJ Barrett, maybe he retires with 1 or 2 all-star appearances, but he's never going to be more than that.
Cool.
And that's not a bad player. This guy's going to be a starter in the NBA for 12 to maybe 15 years. But
we're seeing the guy who's never really had an injury issue and is putting up 20. It's gotten better every season.
He's not elite at anything. Again, RJ Barrett, one of the best basketball players in the world, a world-class basketball player. Nothing against him.
He's 21 years old.
I know. But you're telling me from his draft class, if we pull up, what is he, the 2019 draft class?
Yeah.
2019 draft class. All right. Let's talk about the guys that he got drafted in the lottery or around. Okay. In the 2019 draft class, Zion and John Morant definitely, got paid more. I would put RJ Barrett and DeAndre Hunter. I would put RJ Barrett in front of DeAndre Hunter, just like not by much, but I think RJ Barrett isn't as good as Darius Garland. He's better than Kobe White, Culver, Jackson Hayes, Rui Hachimura, Cam Reddish, Cam Johnson, PJ Washington. I would put maybe RJ Barrett and Tyler Hero. I think RJ Barrett's probably is better than Tyler Hero because he gives defense, so he's over Tyler Hero. So you keep going through there: Romeo Langford,
Three players,
Chumo Kiki,
so three players are better than him from the lottery.
I'm looking still. Yeah, three. Okay, Jordan Poole, Kevin Porter Jr. Like I have faith that Kevin Porter Jr. has more potential than RJ Barrett to be a superstar.
I just like.
Would you pay RJ Barrett more money than Jordan Poole?
Yep. My thing with this is like, I first off, I really hated that comparison of DeAndre Hunter because not even close. Poole's getting there. I think Poole.
What about Keldon Johnson? I forgot to mention.
No.
I think Keldon Johnson and RJ Barrett are the same level of player.
No, I think RJ's a little bit over him. We've only seen one.
You just said a little.
We've only seen 1 year Keldon Johnson perform at the level he's performed,
and he performed better than any season that RJ Barrett has.
Based off what?
Just literally, if we just look, okay, Keldon Johnson. Let's look at their PERs. I know, obviously, Keldon.
RJ Barrett has a better defensive rating and is scoring 20 points per game with 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 37% career three-point shooter. Like, I don't like this slander at all. DeAndre Hunter's defensive rating is like 117. Keldon Johnson's like 115.
Is it actually?
No. I'm paying RJ Barrett like the Knicks just did. I'm keeping RJ Barrett on my basketball team, and I'm using Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin, and free agency next year to get to that next level.
Okay, so the PER, by the way, player efficiency rating, 15.7 for Keldon Johnson, 13.7 for, RJ Barrett. And RJ Barrett was on a team with a better did they have the same record, the Knicks?
No.
What was the Knicks record? 37-45 Spurs.
Oh, shit. Yeah, the Spurs did kind of creep up there.
Yeah.
I think they still had like 34 wins.
Yeah, 34-48. Good memory. So, look, Keldon on a word. I don't know. I think Keldon and RJ Barrett are on the same tier. I think Keldon Johnson and RJ Barrett, like same tier, good starters, guys who are going to be long-term starters in the NBA. I don't know if I put them at all-stars. Like, I think I see both Keldon Johnson and RJ both being like 1 or 2-time all-stars, but at most, I just don't see them being like top 25 players. That's my thing. I don't see either of them like. Do you see RJ Barrett being a top 25 player in the NBA?
Yeah.
There's
just scoring wise, there's only 26 people ahead of him.
I don't care about score. I could see him being a top 40 player, but I just don't see him being that like.
I've got it here.
Okay.
You want to take a guess on RJ Barrett's second half season?
Sure.
Because he started brutal.
22-7-7.
You're close. So keep this in mind. In the month of November, right after the brief October stint that we get, 13 points a game. Brutal.
Yeah, he had a really bad
terrible
stretch. Yeah.
Well, so what we see in February and March? Well, I'll tell you what we saw. We saw combined 26 points per game, and post All-Star break, we saw 25, 6, and 4. So,
okay. So, if RJ Barrett, I'm not saying he's going to average that for a season. I will admit that I'm wrong on RJ Barrett if he averages 22, 5-4 this season. I will solely admit that I'm 100% wrong. But I will admit it was brutal to watch that first, like from November to January.
It's kind of hard to make an offense when you have no point guard. It's just kind of hard.
I know, but like the thing is he has steadily improved. I'm just in the camp, and I'm not saying RJ Barrett's a bad player and he's a great guy. He's just, in my mind, I see him as the third guy on a championship team, maybe even the fourth guy. I'm not saying that he's Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
But I see him more as kind of like a Drew Holiday in a big three. If you compared it, like if he was in a trio like Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Giannis, I see him being like the third guy in a trio, not the Batman and Rob.
That's fair because those are two really talented.
Yes, those are two talented. I know, and Drew's been criminally underrated his entire career. What, a one-time or two-time All-Star? I think only once. And like I see, okay, let me take this back. I think RJ Barrett could reach like Drew, different positions, but Drew Holiday, Mike Conley, which is like probably being underrated his entire career.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, the Drew Holiday analogy is pretty interesting because when he first got to Philly, I mean, he's starting every single game and he's getting over 33, 35 minutes a night.
Going to New Orleans ruined him because people just stopped watching him.
Yeah. And once he got to Milwaukee and they won it their first year, people were kind of reminded of his eliteness.
It's the same thing with Mike Conley.
Mike Conley's severely underrated as well
because of Memphis, because he's played his whole career.
Both of those two. What I'm trying to say here is both of those two players at RJ Barrett's age were putting up significantly worse. I'm talking like 8 points per game less than RJ. So I'm just very hopeful for RJ's continual ascent to stardom. I guess I'm just banking on him becoming a star here because I like what I see. I think Jalen Brunson really does a lot for this Knicks squad. And like I said, I think that I'm not trading for Mitch. I don't think he's getting me to that next level. I'm going into free agency next year and I'm probably evaluating my young cats right now, Quentin Grimes, Obi Toppin, etc. And I mean, this is a playoff team. So I kind of want to see RJ will always have trade value. He's 21 years old, scoring 20. So I'd go a whole nother year. And apparently the Jazz aren't even having conversations with any other team. And the Knicks have until next Monday to make this happen. I don't think Mitchell's that much. I don't think just because you get Donovan Mitchell, it's like, all right, yeah, now we have a finals team here.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely
if it's going to be a process, I'm going with, and especially like the New York Knicks have had so much trouble ever since I was born of re-signing rookies, and they finally got two of them this year, and that's like a huge step in the right direction. I just really like what they have going on, and I don't want to mess with it too much quite yet. Maybe at the trade deadline, if things are looking like, all right, this is not happening.
Do you want to hear a stat? RJ Barrett is the first rookie the New York Knicks, first round pick the New York Knicks have signed to an extension in 30 years. The last guy to sign an extension that was a first round pick drafted by the New York Knicks was Charlie Ward, who is one of 5 Heisman Trophy winners to never play in the NFL. He was a Heisman Trophy winner as a quarterback at Florida State. And instead of going in the NFL, he played both football and basketball. He chose to play basketball and went on to be like a 15-year NBA player who never averaged more than 10 points.
Oh, my goodness. Well, at least his body probably is.
Yeah, I think that was one of the things he said, because he was a quarterback.
Dude, that's crazy. Winning the goddamn Heisman and you know what? I'm gonna go to the NBA.
Yeah,
You
that's
have
literally
that option. You're freaking Heisman winner.
the year he won the Heisman. He chose the NBA over the NFL, and he's the last guy to get an extension from the
That
Knicks.
is crazy.
Yeah, a little wild stat I read. I was gonna make a video on it. And I was like, this isn't really a good video. Like, what? I mean,
20
like,
views.
yeah, like I was like, this is more like a good short or like a TikTok video.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, so going over to the Sacramento Kings, and I think we've both in agreement that if Mike Brown can actually, and we've talked about like all these guys that they've signed that have either Cleveland Cavaliers or Golden State Warrior connection to Mike Brown, is because he's trying to establish a culture. And I think we're both in agreement that if Mike Brown can establish that culture / defensive identity they've been lacking, this could be a dark horse play-in borderline playoff team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it comes down to how good Keegan Murray is.
Keegan could be the difference maker for sure. And it looks like his surgery went well and looks to be on track here.
Obviously, Domantas Sabonis played terrible for them. And are we playing Sabonis at power forward or center? That's the other question. I think he needs to be center, so you run Harrison Barnes and Murray next to him. Then you run De'Aaron Fox and maybe like Davion Mitchell or Kevin Huerter at shooting guard and De'Aaron at point. We just need to, Sabonis not to be freaking dreadful. Like, he was pretty bad when he got to the Kings. Like, he had some okay games, but for the on the whole, he wasn't great. But right now with Lithuania, I don't know if you've been following, have you?
Nope.
Listen to his last 5 games. Okay, 5 games. This is from August 16th to August 27th. Against Spain, he dropped 11, 10, and 6. Okay, shot 50% from the field. Following game was 7, 5, and 6. Then after that, 10 and 5 and 4. Bounced that back with 17, 3 and 4, 15, 8 and 7 while shooting basically 70% from the field and averaging about, defensively he hasn't been that great, but offensively he's looking like just something we haven't seen in a while. I just think we need him to come out here. He couldn't shoot like for the life of him in terms of the 3 ball. I just wish we could get back to, where he was a year or two ago, where he was hitting almost league average,
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's shown he can be like a league 35% 3-point shooter at times, or like 32 to 35, where he's kind of like Marc Gasol, where he's not the world's best 3-point shooter, but you at least have to respect him.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, exactly. He's not taking many threes, and so if he's wide open, he'll take it. He'll make it.
Yeah, he'll make it like one every 3, and like. And it's just kind of like he's a threat there, and I just think they need to utilize him more. I don't know. So my whole thing is like, do you run Sabonis at the center position? If you do that, you give up so much defense. Because my other option is you run either Rashawn Holmes or one of the other centers that they have at the center position, and you put Sabonis at power forward, and you run Barnes and Murray rotating at the wing, and then you run Huerter and Fox at the point and shooting guard.
I'm sure you'll see some variations of that. I mean, either way, I have major concerns with their defense. So that's kind of what you're trying to establish that culture, trying to set that culture. So I don't think this is something that needs to be solved right here, right now this season. What I do want to see is a play-in appearance, because if you can get a play-in appearance, the ball's like, you're going in the right direction here. They have a lot of talent on this team, and we talked a lot about Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk making their way over. So maybe you do see some variations of Davion Mitchell either starting some games or coming in with the starters, quick rotation. Malik Monk, to me, is coming off of the bench because I think he just thrives in that role. Kevin Huerter is a really solid offensive player, but defensively, I mean, he's pretty cheeks. I don't think that they'll start Rashawn Holmes and Sabonis, but I'm sure you'll see a quarter of those games where that might actually happen. If I'm the Kings, I'm just chipping away. I'm continuing chipping away like they did this past season.
I don't mind the idea of Rashawn Holmes and our man Sabonis starting because Rashawn Holmes, I know he doesn't shoot any 3-pointers or anything like that, but he's the rebounder. It's just, yes, the floor spacing would get screwed with those two, but the idea would be if Fox can rediscover that shot, because that's the other thing is Fox needs to because Fox, if he can't shoot, the spacing is going to be bad with Holmes, Sabonis, and Fox on the floor. That's why you go Sabonis, Fox, and then Murray, Barnes, and like Herter. So you have 3 shooters. I just think Sabonis needs to be used like Andrew Bogut was such a good, defensive player. But if you look at Andrew Bogut when he was with, the Warriors, he was actually facilitating like quite a bit for them. And if you look at it, he was dishing out like 3 assists a night for them. And that's something I think they need to do is kind of use Sabonis as this, at the elbow, like at the high elbow, have him go out there and have Herter, Murray, Fox, Barnes all just cutting around. And then whenever you need defense, you just tell Sabonis, sorry, bud, you're going to sit on the bench. And we put in Holmes they have a few options. You know how much I love Nemes Kieta or Kieta, or is it Keta? Keta? I think it's Keta.
Nemes Kita.
Kita.
I get the names wrong.
But there's also Chemsy Metu was a guy who was surprising. Like Chemsy Metu, Sacramento gave up on him, and then you have, San Antonio gave up on him, then Sacramento picks him up, and then in year 2. In the first year, he shot 35% on 1 attempt a night, but then he comes out shooting 3.1 attempts from 3, and he shot 31%. So he's somebody who's looking like quite respectable from 3. Still have Trey Lyles and Alex Lynn to round out the bench. So
I was a big fan when they got Trey Lyles, and I talked about that in one of my Kings videos, and all the Kings fans were like, "Huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, Trey."
Yeah, Trey Lyles situation's interesting because I don't know. And the other thing is so they brought in Sam Merrill, and shout out a Sacramento Kings subscriber who commented this, that he heard on the Kings podcast, that they brought in Sam Merrill because guess where he played at college ball? Utah State. And he's probably going to be on the G League affiliate to play with his college teammate Nemes. And I just like, there's a few things I like Matthew Dellavedova, and also they brought in Chima Moneke from overseas, but they brought in, there's also Malik Monk we're forgetting about, but Matthew Dellavedova is a guy that knows the system. There's just, I don't know who's the defensive guy to lead this team. Like Harrison Barnes had good defense. I think the whole thing comes.
It'll be Barnes and Mitchell, and that's the issue. That's the issue.
Holmes. They have Holmes, Lynn, Metu, and Kieta, who all can be rim protectors.
I need Sabonis starting and playing every single game, 33 a night.
But those 15 minutes, I think Holmes could come in and play defense, and then maybe certain fourth quarters you bench Sabonis for.
No, you'd have to play them both.
So what's the closing lineup? Because that's the most important lineup.
I've got 19, 12, and 5 from Sabonis. He's not in my closing lineup.
Fuck the starting lineup. What's your
closer lineup?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to depend on who I'm playing, but I would say right out of the gate, a closing lineup.
Fox and Mitchell, obviously. You need defense. I don't think there's any other guard out of Terrence Davis, Kevin Herter, Malik Monk, Matthew Dellavedova. I don't think any of those guys are going to be the other guard besides for closing. I think you got to close with Davion and De'Aaron because Davion will make up for De'Aaron's defensive, shortcomings at times.
We'll see. I don't know if he'll actually be close. I'm assuming that they're going to do Mitchell, Monk, and Herter as their closers. I don't think that they're.
I don't think you play Monk to close. He can't.
I don't think they're going to have a staple. I'd view Monk as a better defender than Kevin Herter.
Oh yeah, I agree, but I don't know. I'd rather go Herter than Monk because of even though Herter's not a good defender, he's bigger than Monk. Monk's like 6'2", 6'3".
Malik Monk did a lot for that Lakers team. What I'm saying is I'm rotating him in and out. I don't think there's going to be a set in stone starting or closing lineup all season for Sacramento. I think it'll be more situational on who you're playing and how the games look and how the games look. I think Brown will constantly tweak, and I think that's what he should do to try and get some type of lineup going for the second half that just fits and meshes well. But there's a lot of bench depth on this team, so you can get really creative with every position almost. You can get very creative with it. So it's going to be up to Mike Brown to kind of decide what is working, what isn't working, and I would imagine it's going to take the first half of the season, and I think second half they're going to start rolling a little bit. I think they'll probably be somewhere between 9 and 11 in the Western Conference, and from there on out, that's still a good step. That's a still great step in the right direction. You still got 25-year-old Darren Fox and Domantas Sabonis. So maybe you go out and try and get a bigger defensive guys at the trade deadline or in the offseason. I just think this is a big developmental year. We want to see progress, but it's also I'm kind of analyzing and assessing who we have on our team and what's working and what isn't working. I hate to say it, but I want to keep Halliburton if I'm the Kings, but I also definitely understand why they had to kind of move on from him. Maybe Sabonis wasn't the best option, but maybe he was the best option at the time. And, especially if Darren Fox can get back to what was it, his sophomore year where he's shooting 37 from downtown. I mean, it's a very big deal. So I think this team will hover around 500 all season.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think it's great. I think that's what you want there.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting situation to say the least. But yeah, I don't see him being better than a play-in team, and that's the sad part. But
go out and get D Mitch. You get D Mitch, it's a whole different conversation.
John Collins would also help them.
Yeah.
But now I want to switch over. Paolo Banchero versus Jabari Smith is the two-man race for, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, the Rookie of the Year. So with this upcoming season, Chet Holmgren being out, who's going to win Rookie of the Year out of these two men? And because it really just seems like it's a two-man race. And obviously we hope it changes,
This is disrespectful to Jaden Ivey.
Okay. Jaden Ivey's playing alongside Cade Cunningham.
Jaden Ivey's winning Rookie of the Year, I tell you.
Nah, I think it's coming down between Paolo Banchero and Jabari Smith, if you have to be honest. We all know it. You like the Houston Rockets. Shut the fuck up. You're just doing this to appease Detroit Pistons fans.
Hey, man, I love the teams I used to live in.
You lived in Detroit?
Yes, sir.
I feel like you've mentioned it. What's up, Mr. 81? Been a minute. But look, with today's show,
if I had to put money on either of these two, I'm putting all of my money on Paolo Banchero. All of it. I think it'll take Jabari a little bit to get accustomed and acclimated to the league. I don't think Paolo Banchero has that high of a ceiling. I think Jabari's got a higher ceiling, but I do think it'll take him a little bit longer to develop. I think he needs to work on his finishing. I think he needs to work on his driving. I think he needs to work on his ball handling, and there's a lot of things he needs to work on. There's a lot of things he does well, but Paolo Banchero is already pretty rounded, and I do think like I said, I think Jaden Ivey wins Rookie of the Year, but I would put all my money on Paolo Banchero out of these two cats because I do think it'll take some time for Houston to kind of get to efficient consistency.
You're really annoying.
Oh, what's up, Aaron?
What's up, Aaron? So with me, I think Paulo's going to – I mean, Jabari probably might put up better stats, but I don't know. I feel like Orlando's done a better job at developing players than Houston has.
What's your follow-up with that?
My follow-up with that is, first off, look at all the talent on the Magic, okay? Like, there's an idea. There's like those guys, we know what they can do. It's kind of exciting with everybody on the Houston Rockets. It's like, yeah, they're great, but no, it's kind of like the Thunder. You're like, you have no one stand out. I feel like with the Magic, you're like, okay, like they got a bunch of guys on their second contracts, like they've earned that shit. They've developed.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So, and also the front office of the Orlando Magic is basically are the guys who created the Milwaukee Bucks. Like they drafted Giannis. So I'm over here looking at I just think Paolo Banchero. It's funny that both of these coaches for the Houston Rockets and the Orlando Magic are former Dallas Mavericks assistants, Steven Siles and Jamal Mosley. One was the offensive architect, the other was the defensive architect.
Two great coaches to me. This will be a fun year for us. We got a couple of biases to these two teams.
It will be. I just think you look at Paolo, he has more actual good NBA quality starting players.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, 100%. Jabari needs there are so many things Jabari needs to work on, as he should. This is a 19-year-old kid coming out of college.
Jabari struggled in summer league. Paolo dominated.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was just
Paolo looked like the number one pick. Jabari Smith looked like a late 20s pick.
No.
I know, I'm just fucking with you. I only say this because I was if people have been following this and just following me, I loved me some Jabari Smith. I was kind of upset we drafted. Actually, I'm not. I actually had said this the whole time. I would have been upset if we drafted Chet Holmgren. I wanted either Paolo. I kept saying this. I was fine with Paolo. I wanted either Jabari or Paolo. I wanted Jabari more because I thought he fit more seamlessly into what we're doing. But Paolo, he's won me over, especially. You have to admit, Paolo literally was making people look like little boys in summer league.
That's the whole thing. I mean, I view Jabari as probably a little bit more inconsistent. There were some games last year for Auburn where it was just like, holy fucking shit. Like he's that fucking dude. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Just swore too much. But like Paolo, the thing with Jabari is this, like, his shooting is gonna with Jabari Smith's shooting and his length, he will be a solid, at the very worst, like quality starter in the NBA forever.
Rashard Lewis.
Yeah, Paolo Banchero, I think, will come out of the gate scoring 17 and 7, and I don't think he'll ever get higher. Now that is a bad thing. Than like 20 and 9, 20 and 8. Jabari there's a lot of things he's got to work on, ball handling and finishing. I don't know how well it's going to translate this upcoming season. I think he's got a lot more upside than Paolo. I think his ceiling's a lot higher. But I think Paolo's floor is probably a lot more safe. Jabari's just got that with his shooting, man. Like he can pull up from anywhere and can shoot right over dudes. If he can just get a tight handle, I do think it'll take a couple of years, and this is one thing I've really been trying to hammer home for the Rocket fans. Like, I do think Jabari will show us a bunch of flashes next year, but I think, even just from the Rocket side, I think we'll get I think Tari and Jabari they're going to be slow risers. You'll see impact right away, but, I mean, this is the Jalen Green show. I have my franchise piece in Jalen Green as far as I'm concerned, so.
I just think Paolo has the safest floor. I think Paolo, at the very least, is going to be an all-star player. I think Jabari Smith Jabari Smith at the worst is a third or fourth option, on a team. Mm-hmm. I think Paolo is going to have a fruitful 15-year career and just be a solid guy. I just think worst comes to worst, Paolo is he's an all-star, a handful of times, but he's never.
The thing with I view both of these two teams as similar as they are. They're in different parts almost. I still don't have my guy for Orlando. If I'm Orlando, I still don't have my
Paolo
guy.
Is your guy. Paolo is your guy.
Paolo is going to be your guy, but with Houston, I don't need Jabari to do anything crazy. I'm fine with Jabari being a third option. Yeah, maybe with the third pick, it's not the most ideal thing in the world, but like, there are a lot of busts in this league, and you
No,
never
you're
really
right.
know. You're taking big gambles on these very, very, very young kids. I just think that this upcoming year, I'm more focused on Jalen Green as a Houston Rocket fan. This is a guy in the last 22 games of the month or last 22 games of the season. He put up 24, 25 points a night. And so I just I'm revolving everything around Jalen Green. And Orlando hasn't had that quite yet. And now you're going to start revolving your roster and your future decisions around Paolo Banchero, who's playing well with Paolo, who isn't playing well with Paolo. I just hope Jabari next year, what I want from Jabari, I'd be ecstatic with 15 a night. I'd be ecstatic with it.
I just think Jabari will have more pressure on him to play well, while Paolo, because of all the talent that's around him with Mo Wagner, Wendell Carter Jr., Mo Bamba, Jonathan Isaac. I said Mo Wagner, but I meant Franz Wagner, Chuma Okeke, and then the four guards they have in Fultz, Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony, RJ Hampton, and then they still have Terrence Ross when Gary Harris comes back. I think Paolo will be able to be brought in slower. She's pissed.
She agrees with me. She knows I'm preaching facts right now. I like that, that killer instinct. I like that comment there. I might make a video on my Rocket channel after this, just trying to kind of ease Rocket fans' expectations this season. It's Jalen's the guy. Let's revolve around him, and let's just make sure that Jabari is continuing to get better and he's continuing to add. I just think he needs more tricks, and that's what all these young kids need. But it'll be interesting. I'm 100% betting on, out of those two, Paolo Banchero to win Rookie of the Year, but Jaden's my pick. Oh, she is pissed off at you.
She's just in the corner. She's not happy.
Jabari needs that pit bull instinct.
That pit bull instinct. But no, so we're going to move over to Luka Doncic versus our man, Nikola Jokic. I just want to find a good picture. Internet just telling me to go fuck myself. It's annoying.
Do people listen to this yet? After streaming?
Yeah, like 10 people.
I wonder if they're just like auto plays.
I have no idea.
I like how people listen to this after we're live. So
yeah, we got that going. The after live is always interesting. I'm surprised how hard it is to find a picture of Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic spliced together, but we found one. Booyah. There we go. Let me zoom in a little. There we go. So I wanted to talk about right now, if we were to do a fantasy draft and you had your two options for your top pick were Nikola Jokic or Luka Doncic, who are you building your team around?
Is this a fantasy? What was this? This is a fantasy draft or just a normal draft, or
am
I building a team, or am I?
Yeah, your number one pick. And you had to choose between Jokic and Doncic. Who are you taking?
They're in 10 out of 10 drafts. I'm taking Nikola Jokic. No disrespect to Luka.
I agree.
There's levels to this. There's levels to this.
Okay, so what do you mean?
I mean,
I agree that I would take Jokic.
I don't really know what Luka does better than Nikola outside of make more threes, because he takes more threes. Like he probably way over doubled. I mean, they've been around probably for the same amount of time.
Nah, Jokic has been around since 2014. Doncic was 2018.
Their minutes they're less than 200 apart.
What?
That's close enough for me. I mean,
wait.
Season.
Oh! I thought you meant for their careers. I was like, wait, how has Jokic played 4 full seasons more and has 200 minutes less? I mean, more.
Luka's nice. Nikola Jokic in a loaded Western Conference brought his team to the playoffs with
But we'll
nobody.
agree that Jokic has benefited having way better teams. Like again, I'm not going to disagree,
Yeah,
but I would
100%.
say
Yeah.
Jokic is the better. It's not the better, but like maybe he is a better player right now because I don't know what Doncic does better than Jokic. Maybe scoring, but it's not even by much because one would argue Jokic is just as good as a scorer, maybe and maybe even a better passer than Doncic. But at the same time, I think Nikola has benefited from better coaching, better team building. He's had better players. What do you mean? I think he's had a
Coaching. They had
coaching
the most efficient offense in NBA history.
last year, but I'm saying for a career, like for the entirety of his career. Like I don't think I think Rick Carlisle held Luka back.
Okay.
In a sense, because think about it. For the first few years, they were like what 1 or 2 years was it that Luka played with Dirk? 2 years. There was still the whole Dirk thing. Okay, so Jokic what basically always had like talent around him to be. I just feel like Jokic, like Doncic, obviously was phenomenal right as he came out the gate. So was Jokic, but I felt like Doncic had so much more pressure to perform immediately. So his inefficient, like they've developed some bad habits because they allowed him to play inefficiently because he needed to do so much, while Jokic in the beginning of his career wasn't needed to do so much, so he could refine, good habits and being an efficient player. So then when his usage rate and his, responsibilities were increased to where he was basically doing everything the last 2 years, his efficiency didn't take a hit like we've seen. Like Luka, he bounced back this year, but 2 years ago, you remember Luka's numbers where people were like, "Damn, Luka, you are not playing efficient at all."
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just comes down to like, I think again, I'm not saying that I wouldn't like Jokic if we had to choose between Jokic or Doncic for the number one pick. I'm taking Jokic 10 out of 10 drafts, like you said. But I feel like imagine if Luka was brought into the same situation that.
So I'll tweak my answer here
What?
for a better explanation. I'll take Nikola Jokic right now, but long term I want Luka Doncic. I don't care if they're the same age. Like I know Doncic has 4 less seasons, one of those. Jokic is more rounded to me right now, and he just has a more rounded game. But Luka is so goddamn young at the same time. And like you're saying, like Christian Wood, even I think we'll see a lot of flashes with a healthy Christian Wood. Like I think you'll kind of start to see what Luke can do when there's like it's not like the Mavs have been bad. It's not
Luka's
like they haven't had talent.
in Luka's second season, he came in what, third place for MVP voting? It was, or second place? I think
One
he
or
was
the
like,
latter.
yeah, he was a top 3 MVP candidate in his second season. Like Jokic was it took him what, his fourth season or fifth season to become an MVP candidate.
5. If he's
So obviously Luka, again, I just think, yeah, like I think the whole thing holding us back from taking Luka is defense. And like Luka actually played good defense. Like Luka's not a bad defender. He actually had a good defensive season this year. It's just, I think for the position that Jokic plays, long term, Jokic will hold up defensively because he won't ever like Luka at a point. Like there will be a point where Luka will become, defensively, just never won't, even if he tries, won't be good because of athleticism, because he's a point guard, so he's going to be facing guards, and then when he's like 35, he's going to be beat all the time. But when Jokic is 35, he's facing centers, so he's still going to be bigger than most centers.
okay.
You get what I'm saying right there? Like I think both of the games are going to age well offensively, but defensively, I think Jokic's game is going to age better.
I don't need Doncic to be a top defender in the league. I need him to be adequate when I need him to be adequate. I need him to get me a stop if I need him to get me a stop. Like if it comes down to him and he needs to clamp up. But I do think like it's hard to go against a back-to-back MVP is kind of, I guess, where I
100%.
Where it's like I long-term want Luka Doncic, and I think long-term, as crazy as it may seem, with a back-to-back MVP, I think Luka Doncic will be the better basketball player when it's all said and done, which is crazy because of how good Nikola Jokic has been, and he's still crazy young as well. But with Luka, there's just something so special about this kid. Like I said, not that there isn't anything special.
Is Luka 22 or 23?
He's 23.
Turned 23.
He was 22 last season. That's like, it's just so crazy. This guy's been broke
MVP.
a record this playoff. I mean, you get to the playoffs, we start talking playoffs. I mean, dude, 36, 8, and 10. I don't care who's on your team. I don't care who you're playing. 36, 8, and 10. And then we go back to this past season, 32, 10, and 6. Like,
yeah, Luka's been an MVP candidate for the past 3 of his 5 seasons. He's been an MVP candidate.
No, 4. League for 4. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, still his rookie season, 21, 7, and 8.
Yeah.
21, 8, and 6. It's just crazy. So, I mean, these are just 2 really good teams. The Nuggets will be better because they have a better team than Dallas.
100%.
And like I said, I can't wait for when Dallas comes home to Houston. It'll be awesome, and we'll treat him well, and he'll fit perfectly with Jalen Green and Jabari Smith Jr. and Şengün.
I would love for Doncic and Jokic to team up one day.
That would be really cool. But I'm hoping that this season goes well for Houston and that we exceed expectations and everyone gets back onto the side of this train.
If they team up, that means something went bad for one of these teams. If these 2 guys ever team up, that means one of these teams fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know if they will. I think they'll probably be a little bit on the older side if that does happen. But
they're lifers.
Luka, I'm getting on it, Dallas.
Nah,
sorry, getting on it, Dallas.
Well, I think Dallas is the only team that'll let Luka do what he does. As soon as the NBA season ends, Luka goes like this: "Peace out, bros. See you guys in September. I'm going home." And Luka spends the entirety of the entire offseason. Well, this year he before he left, he got a whole training regimen, and he's been in, I think, daily contact with the Maverick trainers, and that's part of the reason why he played for the Slovenian team too.
That's what's scary, is that in shape Luka Doncic.
But that's the same thing that happened to Jokic. You remember Jokic? What was it? 3 or 4 bottles of he was drinking 3 to 4 2-liters of Coke every day. That's like,
bro, Coke isn't even that good, man.
Yeah, he was drinking
the wrong Coke.
Yeah, literally. He was drinking 6 to 8 liters of Coca-Cola a day his rookie season.
Yeah, I don't even know how you do that.
Supposedly Nikola Jokic showed up like 350 of fat, and they like spent 2 years like setting up his diet. And supposedly now Nikola Jokic for the past 3 seasons works out after every single game, home or away, for 2 hours.
Jeez, dude. That's also a scary thought. I love it. I love these international studs doing their thing. You also got to keep in mind, I mean, Luka's offense is a little bit different. You know, it is heliocentric, and it's all going to revolve around him. I mean, I know Nikola a good portion revolves around him too, but different positions. You kind of have to change your scheme. You kind of have to change your team, and you have to change who's around you, as you do with a lot of superstars. But especially with Luka, you need cutters. I need cutters, slashers, shooters. So I would say Luka's got 3 years max in Dallas. 3 years max. My hot take for the day.
My hot take for the day. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see where this will all go, because I don't know, man. It just comes down to, I think they're both going to be lifers.
Couple of lifers.
Yeah, lifers. They're going to love it forever.
Interesting.
No, that's today's show. What'd you think? We ran through everything.
Who's good? I still want to do the Q&A at the end, but I don't know if enough people watch this, and I don't know if.
We got to 9 people.
Wow.
Yeah.
People. When's it gonna get back to 10, man? Give me 10.
Yeah, we were bouncing between 7 and 9 for most of it.
Hell yeah, it might be that Knicks title.
Yeah, my elbow though. I don't know what I did, dude. I got my move down, my Mono Ginobili mid Euro step drive around.
That's so hard.
Around the back, literally, I have the ball dribbling right hand mid layup, dude. It's so sick because this guy he went to block me, and I literally planted my right foot, put it around my back, grabbed it with my left, then took one more Euro step to the left and finished left-handed. Did it twice in a row, back-to-back like plays on this guy. And I was just like, you literally just can't stop this.
Hell yeah. I would love to. I've tried to do that. Whenever you first started talking about it, I would try and do that. I can't do it. I did make 6 mid-rangers in a row today. You got to keep in mind, it's like 20-mile-per-hour winds out here, and it's outside, and I can't shoot jump shots. But I made 6 in a row today, and I was so excited. It was crazy, actually. It was like, dude, it was so windy today. It was super cool.
Good for you.
I do like teams. I'll do like teams. Like today I did Lakers versus Nets. Like I'll take 3. I'll like sub in guys and first one to 11. I think I'm going to start the season tomorrow.
So basically I was playing this kid Federico yesterday. We ran like 3 games of 1-on-1. He actually beat me the last one, but I beat him twice in a row, dude. And like literally, I was going like 80%, maybe 70%. Like I wouldn't run unless he was running. Like it was kind of funny because like there was points where I played like I play very European with my style. Like I create space. I do a lot of things. Like you're gonna see me play like. I think in my mind I play really slow, and I don't know if it's fast or not, but I'm very methodical. Like it works and stuff. But there was a point, dude. I think it was like we were playing Make It Take It. We made a kid take it after 3. I think back-to-back games. As soon as I got to 4 points, I don't think I gave the ball back. I just hit like 11 straight, 11 straight buckets on the kid. Just like every time it'd just be swished, and I'd just be like, I'm sorry, man. I'm just like I told like by the second game, dude, I think he scored 1 or 2 buckets just because I wasn't missing, and I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. Like the first game, I was a warm up for me. Now, like my jumper's starting to hit because like when I'm in a shooting drill, I'll do around the world 5 shots in each spot, and I'll probably hit like if I'm doing inside the arc, like 20 of the 25 shots.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then but if I'm doing catch and shoot, I'm hitting like 23 out of 25. If someone's passing, I'm better at catch and shoots, which everyone should be. You should be easier because when you catch and shoot, it's easier to shoot because you don't think of it. But for me, like I like doing a bunch of moves, creating separations because the less I think about shooting, the more it's easier for me to shoot. Like, I don't know. Again, dude, I tell you, I've spent like every single day 2 hours playing basketball. It's just
like I'm doing the same, but I'm not seeing the improvements I'm looking for.
Well, I start every day with suicides, and then I do 2 sets of suicides full court. I try to do that within 5 minutes. Why
don't you go to the gym 6 days a week for like 45 minutes before and just eat a little bit more food? Because if you did that and what you already do, you'd be if you did that all summer, you'd be jacked right now.
I started that late.
Like it's crazy. Like if you just worked out muscles for 45 minutes every single day because you play basketball every single day, it's like it's crazy.
Well, when I move to Florida, we'll get
2 days.
You'll get me on a regimen.
It's 2 days. I'm telling Nick, my buddy, I'm telling him, dude, it's 2 days. There's a gym in our apartment. Like, you're going at least once a day with me, and I'm forcing you. This is not consensual.
I probably could. I haven't worked out in a bit. I've just been playing basketball.
Now that you're in school, it's a lot more difficult.
The other thing you need to do, yeah, it's more difficult, so I'd rather just focus on basketball. The other thing I do is I do zigzags up and down the court for like 15 minutes to 20 minutes. You know where zigzags? You dribble, you zag to the right, dribbling right hand for like about 5 dribbles. Then on the 5th dribble, you cross over to the left. You dribble 5 dribbles with your left hand to the left and diagonally, then cross over, drive, do that. People probably think I'm crazy. I just do zigzags for 15 minutes.
Oh, shit. Fuck. I forgot to ask if you want to join our fantasy football league.
Sure. I mean, this will be like my 3rd fantasy football, but yeah, sure. We need to do a fantasy basketball league.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But
we're looking for, you're a maybe, because we're, like,
okay,
I got two buddies. I got 2 buddies, and I'm trying to get this other kid to join.
No, fuck you. I don't care. Bye.
Well, no, I mean, like, because it's 10 right now. I got my 10, but I'm trying to get it to 12, and I want you to join, but it's also contingent on this little dork.
Should I join a musical? I'm in an acting class right now, and well, I'm gonna be. Oh, dude, when we finish filming my 2 student films that we're gonna have to film this class, we'll air the student films on here. I'm in an acting class. Like,
yeah.
Hey, so like my freshman year, I was a theater minor, but then I took 2 acting courses and I realized fuck theater, so I changed my minor to English. And now I have to take electives to graduate, to get enough core hours. So I took, acting for the camera, and so I'm writing a 2 short films. And I want to play like the most controversial, offensive character ever.
Like Andrew Tate.
No,
I don't know if I brought this up last time we were talking about, but you said ugly people can't be on camera
unless they're playing an ugly person.
Oh, I didn't know that because I'm looking up this.
There's ugly actors, but they play either villains or creepy people. But you never.
Is it possible to share this?
Yeah.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Like this fucker. But the name of the movie is Sierra Burgess is a loser, so I guess that proves her. But I didn't know that it was contingent on if they played that part or not.
There's tons of ugly actors. I'm not saying you have to be attractive, okay? I was just saying that, like, dude, like, think about this, like. I have so we're in this acting class, and everyone, like, a lot of the days you will say what film sets or what productions you've been on, and everyone's like listing off their shit, and I'm just there, nothing. Like, I've never done anything. Like, took 2 years off of school. I've seen over 1,000 movies. Like it, and like these people are like super like into acting. I go up there, they give me like, because like there's directors in the class. Literally, I go up there, I do my acting shit every time I go. They're like literally today, I was doing something and they were directing me to do stuff. And literally, my teacher goes, and she actually has a Wikipedia page. She's like, her first screenplay, Quentin Tarantino helped her write it. And my professor goes, she goes, this is getting better and better every take, because I had to do like 6 takes. And when you do takes, they'll make you do different stuff. So like, when I started, I had my hands crossed. Then they wanted me to go hands on my hip. And then like they wanted me to act like a used car salesman. Then a used car salesman who is depending on this pay to feed his family. So like just adding stuff there. Like literally, like these are kids who have been doing theater productions since they're like 12 years old. I like none of that, and like I'm a better actor than them. This is why I always think acting's easy. Acting's fucking easy.
Just don't be a geek.
Well, my teacher goes, she's like, I can tell you're having so much fun with this. I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm having fun. I just like, my whole thing with acting is like, you just have to be comfortable being weird, and just like being in a room with like 30 people. I don't give a fuck about any of those fucks. So like, you know what I mean? I'm just doing what I want in front of there. So you tell me what to do, and I'm just like this. Plus I have like a loud voice, so I can like really throw my voice out there. Like this is me not even talking loud. Like if I wanted to talk loud.
You ever get noise complaints just from making videos?
I think about that a lot. Like I'll be like mid
I think about
video
that all the time. Yeah.
I'll be like mid video and I'll be like, I hope my apartment, because I'll make videos at 7 a.m.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's the struggle. That was the struggle for me last year.
But I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But
yeah, I just want to be courteous. That just it was always crazy to me because I'm trying to convince Swaggy to move to Florida. I'm like, dude, if Florida's the move, I'll like fly you down to Florida when you're done with school and you can see for yourself.
Where's he go?
He lives in Connecticut.
Where's he go to school?
Something in Connecticut.
High school or college?
No, college.
That's what I thought. I was like, that guy looked like a grown ass man.
Yeah, he's got his last semester. Yeah, he's 23.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So he's our age.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
there's not many schools in New Hampshire. I feel like
Connecticut.
There's not even less schools in Connecticut. There's like UConn, Providence, and I think that's it.
Providence is Rhode Island.
And I knew that. There's UConn, and I think that's it.
I forgot where I was even going with it, but we were talking about like going out.
I want to figure out where Swaggy goes. I'll pull it up. Connecticut colleges.
He's like, no, there's a bar by campus. I'm like, dude, there's like 2 bars in the state of Connecticut. Like I'll come on down to Florida.
Everyone in Connecticut, everyone who lives in Connecticut, wishes they lived in New York.
I'd hate to live in New York. I'm hearing a lot of room. Dude, today was
Yale's in Connecticut.
Dude, Yale is in Connecticut, and I had no idea. That's actually where we went out the first night I was there. We went to Connecticut.
Whoa. There's a lot. There's Albertus Magnus, Asnuktuk, Capital. Oh, wait, these are community colleges. Central Connecticut State, Charter Oak State, Connecticut College, Eastern Connecticut State, Fairfield, Gateway, that's community, Goodwin, Hartford International University for Religion and Peace, Holy Apostles College and Seminary School, Mitchell College, Perrier College of Art, Post University, Quinnipiac University, Sacred Heart University, Quinnipiac. Southern Connecticut State, Trinity, United States Coastal Guard Academy, University of Bridgeport, University of Connecticut, University of Hartford, University of New Haven, University of St. Joseph, Wesleyan University.
I don't know if you're asking me or if you're just rattling.
I'm telling you, I'm rattling these off, you goddamn bitch.
I don't know the answer. I
was telling you.
College in Connecticut.
Let me tell you this though. Only 2 of the Post University has 21,000 enrollments. Who the fuck goes to Post? I graduated from Post.
Never heard of Post.
I mean, we should just ask Swaggy.
Yeah,
but no. It also, so for me, where I'm gonna live in Florida depends on where my girlfriend gets into law school. And huh?
I didn't know you were dating a law girl.
I told you.
That's you're fucked, dude.
Estates law.
You're fucked.
Why?
You're not supposed to date law girls.
Why is that?
Supposed to date law girls.
Why is that?
I don't know the reasoning, but I think it's probably somewhere along the lines of ego-based and argumentative. Yeah. But you're very
argumentative and
you're very out there. What did my cousins call you? He's a character.
Yeah, I am a character.
He's a character.
I'm wild, bro. So wait, I'm trying to find. I think it's Ava Maria. Ava Maria is the one. If she got into Ava Maria, that's in, I believe, Naples.
Why does she even want to be a lawyer? She should be our next guest. I'm gonna just berate her career choice. I'm gonna just go at her.
She loves it.
Questions.
She loves it. She's gonna be a great lawyer. But I think she has to get into Ava Maria. Yeah, Ava Maria is the one that's like in Naples. Ava Maria University in Naples.
Dude, Naples. I wanted to live in Naples, but I don't
But if
think
that, well, that works out because if she gets a job there, I'll look for a job in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and then
Cape Coral, baby.
Oh, Cape Coral.
No, it's Cape Coral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cape Coral.
It's a great place. Like I used to go. Like we used to get baked. It's super ghetto. All these places are super ghetto in Maryland. Like so ghetto. Like, but if you get really stoned and you have like a big appetite worked up, Golden Corral. You go in
really?
You go in at like 4 p.m. baked, all you can eat steak.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds pretty good.
The quality of people that you'll be surrounded by aren't the best, but like if you put your blinders on and you bring a good group of people with you, you'll have a good 2 hours.
It's like a 3 a.m. Waffle House visit.
Dude, Waffle House. If you put on a table Waffle House or IHOP, I'm going Waffle House every time. Now Waffle House versus Perkins. That's gonna be
Oh my
hard.
God, that's where Tiger Woods
did
his deeds.
What, Perkins?
I think he'd scoop up the hostesses or something at Perkins. Yeah.
So really?
I'm positive it was Perkins. Yeah.
I'm eating there more now. But it's
there's a TikTok out there of it's some guy driving past Perkins, and it says like Tiger Woods POV, and he's like, he like looks, he's like, oh, it's just so funny.
It's another great thing. Fuck, not what we're just talking about. Perkins, Tiger Woods. I literally just thought of it. I can't even remember. It was funny, and now I've completely forgotten about it, and I'm like so upset.
We'll have to get in the new studio. If the studio ever comes to fruition, we'll have to just start up a pod as well, just a live pod.
A life pod?
It's a life pod.
A life pod. Well, I actually have already the graphics. Berkey made me it, and it's called Car Bombs and Beer Bongs.
Whoa, for your life pod?
Yeah. I already have the
Car
logos.
Bombs and Beer Bongs.
So you want to see the logo?
CBBB. Sure.
This is actually like a sick ass logo. It's a car bomb going into a beer bong.
Can I be like the Aaron Rodgers of your show?
I've never ever. He also made me one called Brain Tank that I completely forgot.
You know what's so crazy? I watched Pat McAfee a solid amount of times, and I've never seen Aaron Rodgers on it ever. I know it's only Tuesdays, but I've never I guess I've never caught it. I don't know yet. Just never seen him on it. I gotta listen to that. I don't really like Joe Rogan's podcast because they're way too long, but
I only listen to the clips.
I'm gonna watch that. I'm about to watch. Some dude was in Antarctica and he walked 30 miles or something. I went in a whole deep dive of the Arctic or the ice wall, I think they call it, and how the Earth's flat, and yeah.
How'd that go?
Oh, it was a late night.
It was a late night. Where is this? I want to find this logo. I'm so sad if it's gone.
It's beyond the ice wall.
Oh, damn, dude. I have so many emails that I didn't even check.
I fucking hate checking emails.
I'm trying to see if I can find this. Let me see if it's on.
Have a good comment. On today's episode of the NBA show, we're going to check our emails.
No, I'm trying to find this logo. I'm trying to find this logo, and it's cool.
All right, cool. I got nothing. Nothing in the emails.
Well, nice. It's supposed to be an image. We're looking for.
Is anyone watching this right now?
We have 5 viewers. People are watching this.
Nice. Nice.
Let me see.
It's after set, we forgot to hit end live.
Literally, but I don't know where the fuck I'm going to find these. It's supposed to be. I'm just gonna search up, see if it's still on the car bombs. She's literally being the biggest cunt in the world.
What do you think she wants right now? Attention?
I have no idea. Probably she wants to go on a walk. All right, this is the only one I could find. I gotta find it on my computer somewhere.
Nice.
It is terrible.
Yeah, it's not great, but it's cool.
It's so tiny. This is from a video.
I don't like the words, but I like the graphic. Whoa, was that you right there?
Yeah, with my girlfriend.
Oh, I'm Googling this shit right now. Car
This is like
bombs.
Look,
was
right?
It, beer bongs?
Yeah, this is it. This is it. Oh my god.
Oh, that's solid. What's up, Gamer? Oh my god.
I forgot that Barstool put it out as submission like 2 years ago, and I made a submission.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Look at this. Ready? Look at this. I had a friend edit this. If you just look at this, there's some more edits.
It's a cool domino. You should put all these in a playlist. I don't want to really... I wish these were clipped, because I'd love to see some clips of this.
Of this?
Of beer bongs and...
Car bombs and beer bongs.
Oh, shit.
This is my... Huh?
I love how your side of the camera is like way bigger. It's funny. Whoa! Is it ass on the screen? What?
Yeah.
Why didn't you? Did you do this in COVID?
Yeah, I don't even know. This was in 20. Yeah, COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, well, listen to this first stat here. KU football fucking dork. Is that Luke right there?
Yeah. I've been friends with that guy forever.
Nice. Car bombs and beer bombs. 32 views. That's pretty solid.
Pretty awful.
I wonder if I made an episode of a podcast, how many people would listen to it. I'm going to guess 50. Jackson Mox loving it.
Ooh, I'm trying to see.
Can you please milk me? Oh my god. Damn, there's only 3 apps.
There's only what?
There's only 3 apps of this.
Yeah. Oh, I had someone make me intro. Pay $20 for that.
I love how your like fucking logo disappears during that intro. Like it just slowly but surely goes away. Like it just keeps dipping down till you don't see it. You just see the bottom of the bomb or bong or whatever it was. I'm gonna throw this on while I'm like editing this video and making my vids.
Oh my.
Hell yeah, gamer, hit that like button for me.
All right. Dude, I'm so mad I can't find these logos. Like, what happened?
Jacob Blake shooting in college band. Damn, you're hitting the fucking heavy topics. Shit. Yeah, you gotta reboot this. Yeah. I haven't watched it, but you got to reboot it.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny, man.
Oh,
man. I want to see if I still have my login.
41 carbs down the drain.
I don't even know my password.
What do you think you're going to eat for dinner tonight? AJ, hit that like button for me.
Yar.
What are you going to eat for dinner?
I don't know. What are you doing for dinner?
I don't know. My mom's not home tonight, so.
Your mom still cooks dinner for you?
Yeah. What's funny is my mom didn't cook for me once in 4 years of high school. It was like a huge thing. It pissed me off all the time. And yeah, now that I'm home, like, it's just funny. It's cool.
It's cool.
I'm gonna take free fucking dinner. Yeah, damn straight.
My mom doesn't cook for me.
Oh.
But my mom doesn't eat. My mom's like 95 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
That sounded terrible, but like, nah. That's why I always sound fat when I'm like clearly not fat. Okay, dude, guess what I just found? The car bombs and beer bombs logos.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything funny.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 second. Let's pull up these bad boys.
You don't get this on Jalen and Jacoby.
You don't get this on Jalen.
I don't think people fucking watch Jalen and Jacoby anyways.
Okay. So, 1 second. Let me remember.
Dude, you know what? I should do like for Thursday or Friday's episode, I should do if like we get 50 likes on the podcast, I'll give away like $500 or something. Oh, nice. Get some colors in there. Kind of looks like a nice Mick Alt. That's solid.
All right, this is the first one. I'm going to have to go in a sec. But
solid.
That's the first one. Then, wait. This was the main one. Berkey made these.
Who's that? Oh, the guy. Oh, nice.
Yeah. This was like sophomore year. Isn't this good?
I don't like the words. I don't like the font or something. I don't know what it is. It's cool, though.
Could you make this?
No. Definitely not.
So this is going to be our life pod. If Florida, the studio, this will be the life pod. Car bombs and beer bongs, and we always have.
I don't back that. I don't back that.
No. Listen, because then we start off every show. One of us has to take a car bomb, and the other one has to do a beer bong.
What's
every
a car
show,
bomb? I actually love that idea. I thought a car bomb was like bombing a car.
No, what?
Oh.
Have you not lived life? I start off every bar trip, if the bar has Guinness on tap, with 2 Irish car bombs to the face.
The Irish car bomb.
Yeah, you call them car bombs.
I actually just did the first one with my friend Eric over spring break, and we ended up stealing a fucking road sign that night. So I mess with these. I love Guinness.
You pour.
What is in that? What's that? Cream?
So that Bailey's creamer, half. So you get a double shot glass, 1 shot of Bailey's, and then 1 shot of Jameson.
Okay.
And then you drop it in there. Ready?
Yeah.
Drop it. This guy's doing a mega.
Yeah, this is a double.
But like, imagine this is yeah.
This guy's pounding like 5 drinks.
And you have to chug it incredibly quick. Like a normal car bomb, you have to chug it super quick. They
taste good though.
Like coffee. It tastes like chocolate coffee milk.
So why do you have to down it?
Because so the Baileys will curdle because it'll react with the alcohol because it has milk in it. It'll start to curdle, so it'll look like cottage cheese if you don't drink it quickly.
Oh.
So you pour Baileys and you have you have about 30 seconds to chug. Like I can chug. My friends always say I chug it. I can chug this in like that drink right there. I can chug it in like a second.
Yeah.
Like I'll down it.
Is there alcohol in Bailey's?
Yeah. It's a liqueur.
Man, I drink that like fucking water.
And then did you see? You already saw the curdle. Look, you already see it kind of starting to get like kind of gross looking.
Oh.
So good. Yeah. So good.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But that's the show, guys.
We'll do every NBA show from here on out with a quick car bomb.
Quick car bomb. But would that be dope? We start the car bomb.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah.
Every episode we switch. You take a car bomb, I take a beer bong. Next episode, I take the car bomb, beer bong, start the show.
I do like that. I completely retarded what a car bomb is. I like it.
Well, some people don't know.
I needed to hear the Irish.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people, but when you go to a bar, if you just say car bomb, every bartender will be like, all right. Yeah. All right, people.
5 people?
No. I was gonna say a word that starts with an F. That's a slur. There is 5 people though. We went down to 3.
Watching this. Oh, okay.
Yeah. 5?
5 people. Wow. Let's go. All right.
We averaged 7 to 9.
I will take that.
But NBA season is around the corner. I'm actually gonna go watch some Eurobasket. So
nice.
Yeah. Have a great day, bud.
Yeah, you too. Peace.
Thanks. Peace.